I've had many leading experts on this show, including Matthew Walker, and they've all said the same thing about sleep. They've said it's the biggest positive investment you can make in your own performance. You can have the best strategy in the world, but if you're consistently tired, poor decision-making will follow and eventually cause other things to fail in your life. So if you're looking to optimize your recovery, you should start looking at what you're sleeping on. Our sponsor, Helix, makes high-quality mattresses tailored to your body. It doesn't matter if you run hot, sleep on your side, or need something firm. Helix has a mattress for you. And I asked them recently to send one to a member of my team, and Juan received it. And we travel a lot, so when he's home, quality sleep really matters. And he told me he's getting the best sleep of his life. And the data backs it up, with 82% of people in a Helix study saying they saw an increase in their deep sleep. And with a 120-night trial, you've got 4 months to prove it to yourself. You can get 27% off at helixsleep.com/diary. That's helixsleep.com/diary. One of the big things in our sort of society at the moment is the topic of mental health.
Yeah.
And founders and entrepreneurs go through very sort of high pressure, high pressure journeys in order to try and achieve this objective. How do you protect your own mental health? And what have you learnt over the last couple of years about keeping your sort of mental well-being in check?
If you go too mad in terms of hours, it's gonna catch up with you eventually. So you will get yourself burned out if you're not careful. I'm a lot older than you, so I'm probably going to get burned out easier. You could probably go harder than what I can for longer, but you do need to take into account that when you see it coming, you got to try and take the foot off the accelerator a little bit. But ultimately, somebody asked me a question at a place the other day. There is no way around it. You're going to have to put the graft in. You have to put the hours in. It's going to have to be for a sustained period of time to make these things work. But try and keep an eye on yourself, because if you start, I don't know, I probably started going out too much, like in the evenings, really? Trying to make up for, because you think it's like a reward mechanism, I suppose. You think, I've put all these hours in, what am I getting back out of it? I'm not just going to sit at home. So I probably burnt the candle at both ends, went out a bit too much, and midweek, weekends. And you just think, yeah, you can do it, you're indestructible, you keep going, but eventually it will catch up with you if you're not careful.
Did it catch up with you?
Yeah.
And what were the symptoms of that? I'm asking for myself here because do you know what you said there is very accurate. I, at one stage, thought I was indestructible.
Right.
When I was like 18, 19, I thought I don't need sleep. I don't need to speak to a human being. Yeah. I can just hammer it away. And then, I'd look at other people and think like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
And then people would say to me all the time, you're going to burn yourself out. And I never believed
I never believed it either until I started to get super tired, right? So I just thought, oh my God, there was, I'll tell you what the signal was when I stopped going to work. There was a couple of times where I'd get up in the morning, get on the sofa and didn't go in. And that was not me. So yeah. And then stop going to the gym and stuff like that. And just going to the gym, I used to look forward to it because it gives you a bit of a lift, a bit of a buzz. And then I go to the gym and I dread going because I know I'm going to be even more tired when I come out of it. And it wouldn't do that. And so I think I went and saw a doctor. Doctor said chronic fatigue syndrome. Mm. And then obviously the problem with that is it's not clearly defined as being an actual thing. So there's no clearly defined sort of medication. Mm-hmm. But she's basically said you need to change your sleep patterns and stuff like that and sort yourself out. Take some time off. I said, I can't take too much time off with stuff to do. Mm-hmm. So it was just a case of, and this was probably 18 months, 2 years ago. So I think I'm sort of back to normal now, but it does take a long time. And some of those days were you're just fucked in terms of, your ability to get stuff done. So luckily the team's a lot bigger now. So we've brought people in. I gave up the CEO role. And so all those things have contributed to put me back on an even keel.
Chronic fatigue syndrome.
Yeah.
What did he say? The doctor say about that? Sounds like something that I need to do my very best to avoid.
Yes, indeed. I think that some people I don't think it's even a clear. I think it's one of these really quite a woolly ones. People say it's not even a thing, but for me it was very clear that I was not the same as what I was previously, and so yeah, I think it probably was burning the candle at both ends. And, I'd do a day's work, go out in the evening, get up in the morning, go to the gym, do a hard session, go to work, do it again. And that was a bit too extreme because of this sort of feeling like I could do anything. And eventually that does catch up with you. But I think it's just, you just try and, in the early days of a startup, it's a sprint for sure. You could die the following day, basically. If the company, if you don't do certain work, the company could fail. So you are scared of failure in terms of this baby you've created. It needs nurturing. You've got to try and nurture that baby as best as you can. And if you don't feed that baby that second, it could die. So you keep feeding, and then eventually the baby becomes a toddler and it's more self-sufficient. And I think that at that stage, you can take the foot off the accelerator, and that you need to try and get to that point and notice that point, and then do take your foot off the accelerator. Because if you try and keep going full pace, it turns from a sprint to a marathon. So we're in that sort of marathon stage now. We sort of can see the future of being, I've got this, it's not another year's time, it's another 3 or 4 years' time. And if you're at full pace for another 3 or 4 years, you're really going to struggle.